In this video, we're going to go over the shape capture technique for fitting a freeform shell, a custom system to the client's shape. So what we do is we do a shape capture typically with a vacuum form bag and create a positive image of the client's torso, or if you're doing a full body system, create a positive plaster cast mold of their full shape. You can do a one piece or you can do a two piece. It's up to you and your preferred method. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. So now that we have a firm plaster cast mold to work from, we can send the client away and we can go to work on our bench, starting from a sheet of freeform. What I also like to do is use some bubble wrap, and the bubble wrap serves two purposes. First, it will, draped over the plaster cast mold, serve as a simulation of the effect that a cover is going to have once you install the cover on the system. Secondly, it keeps the system clean as well. I'm also going to be working on what we call our alignment jig. And the alignment jig is a piece of cut foam that we use to align freeform modules into the sheet formation, and it gives us the correct spacing as well. It's useful to work on because sometimes as you're changing the shape or adding more modules or taking some off, you may drop some, and the alignment jig is a good surface to work on to catch those pieces. So now that we have the system ready here, you can start from the middle, and I typically start from the middle and work my way out. I'll start right at the top to get the height right. So you can see I've got the clamps aligned with the top of the plaster shell there. And keep in mind, you typically want your covers to go about an inch beyond the edge of the freeform shell so that there's some padding that can fold over the edge or the top of the shell. Okay, so the freeform sheets always come pre-torqued to allow you to shape them. And again, it's usually easier if you use your hex key as a lever to manipulate the position and the angle of the modules. So right now, all we're doing is aligning the position of the modules. And again, you can check and make sure you've got even contact all around. You can see this one is a little bit skewed, so what I'm going to do is just loosen it slightly, tweak the angle, and then tighten it back up. And now we've got nice even contact throughout the surface of the inner clamp there. Here you can see we've got some excess material extending beyond the plaster mold, the shape capture. So I'm going to show how to remove this section of modules and then fill the voids of the clamp with edge balls. So by loosening off the screw here, it allows you to pop the two ball out, and then you can take one of your edge balls and put it in and then tighten it back up. So I'll just go through and do that with this section here. And it does take a bit of practice to get the feel for how much to loosen the clamp before the connecting balls will allow you to release them. And just finger tight for now is enough until you've formed the contour of the shell. So now you can see I've removed this excess section of modules. There's 6 extra clamps, and we've created a smooth transition on the upper left portion of the backrest. So once you're happy with the shape of your Freeform shell and you fit the cover and the client's ready to go home, there's a few key points to remember. Make sure you go around and tighten every Freeform module by hand and turn it with your hex key as hard as you can. You cannot over tighten Freeform. So it's important to send the client home with a completely tight system. All the screws have been checked. Also, as with any other custom seating surface, make sure you do your skin checks. So have them sit in the system for 30 minutes and then transfer out, examine their skin, make sure there's no red spots, and if there is, adjust the system accordingly. That's one of the beauties of Freeform, is you can make mistakes and you can adjust it. So we're basically providing you a material that you can reuse, recycle, grow, and continuously adapt as the person's needs change.